It is the full moon. We have a special full moon reading. I actually just got done reading my TikTok. This is actually going to be a fresh reading. I was just doing my TikTok video reading, and this was literally at the bottom of the deck as I was finishing. I kind of glanced over there. So this is your full moon message for the day. Let's get started. It's a very energetic year. I'm just gonna start that off. It is a very energetic year. So if you have been working on any projects, I just want to go ahead and remind you to pat yourself on the back because you have been putting in the work. But yeah, there's a lot of potential here with this year. It's gonna be a very abundant year. There's gonna be some really big changes, just collectively and individually. So whatever you've been working on, do expect some big opportunities come in for you with that. With that being said, but let's get some more clear message of what's gonna be coming in here in this coming few weeks. And also a couple of days too, because we have a lot of strong energy here. So, ooh, the first card, obviously, again, we have a lot of opportunity coming in this year. So do expect some big shifts and new opportunities to like experiment, try new things, and also allow yourself to be inspired. Again, it's really strong energy. So explore, take yourself out of your comfort zone, take yourself and challenge yourself to try new things. Because there's gonna be a lot of opportunity to do that. And you're gonna see that really quickly here. That you have a lot of potential to just kind of change how you see things, but also to how you do things as well. And the next card we got is the Page of Cups. So a lot of really solid energy here. So if you come into this next year with like emotional well-being and just keeping your mental space in check, and always like, making sure you're journaling, making sure you're on top of your mental health and your physical health, those things they do go hand in hand. So there's going to be a lot of you know change within this, but make sure that you also have an open heart and open mind with this new opportunity, because there's going to be some steps and some things that you may have not realized were opportunities before. They're actually going to present themselves, and you'll get a sense of like natural, like, okay, well, this isn't what I thought it was going to be, but it actually feels right. Like this actually feels like I could actually make something happen out of this. So like even if you're not really sure um right now, like you're going to see this with a new perspective here really soon, and it's going to show you that you there's a lot more to it that you could actually work with. And we also have the 5 of Swords. So there may be a little bit of confrontation with yourself and just trying to kind of, figure out exactly what you want to work on here. Specifically because there are a lot of opportunities, so it may take some decision making here. But don't worry so much about that challenge, because it's really just going to be like a knowing, and it doesn't even have to be a knowing. Sometimes you just have to choose something. Sometimes doesn't have to be something so esoteric or purposeful. Like sometimes it doesn't need to have like a whole reason or a purpose. Sometimes you can just choose something and just realize that you can try something now and then try something different later. But it's always good to focus that energy. So do make sure that you do make a solid choice, so the planning can come smoothly as well. Because when we try to juggle a bunch of different things, that's when conflict does happen. That's when things get a little iffy, a little confusing. But that's okay as long as you focus on, being specific about where you're going to focus that energy. That's fine. That's gonna allow you to still come in um and make a solid decision. So we have the what is this? Yeah, the 4 of Swords. So again, a little bit of contemplation here, a little bit of reflection, a little bit of pause. in your decision making, that is totally fine. Spirit definitely wants you to do that because it wants you to be sure, because this is all about your story, this is all about your journey, so you want to make sure you're deciding exactly what you want to be focusing on and making sure it's going to make you happy. Because sometimes we think we want one thing, and sometimes when we're actually doing it, it's like, okay, well, this is a little bit different than what I expected, so it's not exactly what I wanted. But that's fine. That allows you to rebirth yourself and come in with a different perspective, and allows yourself like some change, some renewal, some breath of energy. So you can realize like, that's okay. It's not exactly how I thought it was gonna be. It's not exactly what I expected, and that's fine. I'm just gonna try something different. So yeah, there's still like, a new chapter here. But with new chapters, it always has, some decisions that need to be made. That's fine. So take your time to contemplate. There's a lot of sword energy here. So make sure that you're not approaching things blindly. And allow your fears to surface, but don't let them like make your decisions. You know what I mean? Like, allow your fears to come to the surface, but don't let them make decisions for you. Just look at them in the face, see what they are, and see how you can work with that. Because just because they're there, don't avoid the truth, obviously. Don't avoid the truth. Let your fears surface, see what is there, why you're afraid, and work on it and see what we can do. Like, is this just insecurity? Is this just me not actually having the tools and resources? Or is this something that I could work with? Because, just because something is a challenge, there's gonna be there's fear associated with challenge, and there's always going to be like this fight or flight response, well, not always, but sometimes. And so it allows us to get a fresher sense of awareness of what we really want, because there's so many different things that we could really be doing. Like, even if you're an artist, like, there's so many different types and styles of art that you could try, but some of those materials are expensive. Not some of them, a lot of them, all of them. But you know what I mean? So you got to decide, you got to make a decision, a solid decision on what specifically are you going to buy as far as material? What specifically are you going to focus on artistically? So that you can flourish and you can grow those skills in that specific niche or talent or skill set. Like, you can work on that skill and allow it to grow and flourish. But let's see what else we got here. So yeah, there's like, with this new year, and this is the thing too, like, just because there's challenges, 755, we're actually embracing the challenges so healthily. There's this like sense of like, what, I want to embrace this challenge. I want to face these challenges, because what would life be if it was really no challenge? If there was no challenge in life, we would just be floating in air. And obviously, sometimes that's where gratitude does dissipate. Not always, but sometimes. A good amount of times too, actually. Gratitude can fade. With just comfortability, like being so comfortable, never challenging yourself, or just getting so used to things, you get caught up in the perpetuation, the ritual, the cycle. But we do have this beautiful high priestess energy. So being a master at that challenge, and understanding that isn't our nature. That's like our number one way we like to go about things. Like, sometimes we do like to take it easy, don't get me wrong, but there's still this high priestess energy, and being very intuitive and introspective, but allowing to see what we want within our subconscious too. Exploring our subconscious comes through with shadow work, but that allows us to see more of like what we want from our life, and what we want to experience, and what we want to explore with. So allow that sort of thing to come along with the challenge, because it allows you to explore a little bit more of what you have within your subconscious. I'm probably going to see these. There was a bunch of cards that fell. Um, let's see what we got here. I'm gonna pull a few more cards to see what we got here with spirit. But yeah, this full moon energy is very strong. I don't know about y'all, but I woke up super energized. I didn't wake up early. I actually slept in quite a bit. These cards felt too far. I slept in quite a bit. I actually felt really rejuvenated. I really needed the sleep. It's been raining and I've been waking up and stuff in the middle of the night. So I felt really like I got a lot accomplished. I cleaned, I washed some dishes, I did some laundry, I did a lot of things. We have some strong energy here too. So again, with these challenges, it's gonna show you like there's some doors of opportunity, and it's going to allow you to make. It's gonna tell you, it's gonna show you that you need to make some choices. You don't have to really make quick choices, but don't sit on these choices either, because it's going to like whenever you just sit there and think about it, contemplate it, do some reflection, and just decide. Either way, it's going to be an opportunity. So just look at it that way, like just to make it the decision, make that judgment call, and allow the transition to happen. Allow that old chapter to end and allow the new chapter to begin, because that's literally just the decision that's holding you back. But yeah, so along with that though, we have the chariot. So, after you leave that door, bro, like literally there's just gonna be this chariot waiting to drive you to your destination. So yeah, the full moon is really, really popping. We got the full moon in Leo. So there is gonna be a little bit of um you're gonna see a lot of your vibe attracting what you need community wise, and so you're gonna see that like you were waiting, or maybe just not necessarily even waiting, but you were looking um for your soul tribe to come through so you could feel a little bit more like at home, a little bit more in your element, socially, because we had a lot of old connections that we were working on like breaking ties with, because a lot of it had like some things from our youth that were not necessarily healthy. So there's still like some old habit and attachments to holding on to those types of connections, not always but sometimes. So it's good to reflect on our friendships and what we want to have around us. So there is going to be this sense of like your soul tribe is going to be coming through. You're going to be able to meet new people who are really receptive with your type of energy, and meeting people that are like similar to you, and are just, have things in common with you. Like, ooh. And we do have the Lover's card here too. So there's gonna be like this nice divine balance within yourself, and that's actually gonna attract a few love interests, to be honest. Like it's going to attract a lot of individuals. Um Basically just because when we blossom, when we're flourishing, we our energy, it attracts. We have the law of attraction just literally working in our favor, so it attracts a lot of people. Um but with that being said, there's going to be like this specific partnership coming in that's going to allow you to really get into this next chapter. And that's kind of where the chariot's really bringing us into as well. So we're going to be connected with our soul tribe, and we're going to be connected romantically with our divine partner. So that's also going to allow us to be in our element as well. Because when we're flourishing, when we're in our element, things kind of roll out on their own, and you kind of see things with a different perspective too than when you're on your own. But we also have here the eight of chalices, the 8 of cups. So it may come with a little bit of uncertainty, obviously, with this kind of cloud. I'm feeling honestly, this is more of like back at the door when you're, deciding and thinking and contemplating. So allow yourself actually a little bit more time to reflect and figure out exactly what you want. Not what the universe thinks is best, not, some higher purpose or higher meaning, just figuring out exactly what you want, and what's going to ultimately be what's best and also what makes you happy. But there is, this sense of uncertainty, and that's fine because everything comes with uncertainties. When we're opening new doors, there's never going to be like, you can get a bunch of tarot readings. Honestly, they will never tell you like the very, very specific details that you're expecting. I mean, you can get an individual tarot reading and it will give you a lot of information on your individual experience, but it won't always be like some things that are set in stone. All of those things you still got to decide on. You still got to make that active choice. So just remember that too. That's why we come in with a little bit of haze when we're deciding something or when there's something new. There's always that haze right before. It's like the calm before the storm. The storm is good though. It's just heightened energy. But here we will end right here on the Ace of Cups. There's my puppy in the background. I didn't even notice her there. But yeah, we have the Ace of Cups here. So there's gonna be a lot of like new feelings, new emotions, and intimate connections here. Like there seems to be a very good emphasis, a very big emphasis on love here with this like ending of this connection or this reading, this old connection. I don't know. I don't know why I said that, but it came out. But we have here this fountain. This is basically like the fountain of life. So this is really going to help you flourish with this next year. This 2024 again is a very energetic year. It's the 8 years or 80 years. It's an 80-year year. Something big happens every 80 years. I don't have so much information. It's not what we're going to talk about, but you can look that up and kind of figure out, you know, why this energy is so heightened right now. It will give you a little bit of an idea. But we've, energetically we've been working on some things and taken some steps over these last few years, and this is where things start to really flourish and where you're gonna start to explore a little bit more. So I hope you enjoyed today's full moon reading. This is also your friendly reminder to make some full moon water. Obviously, I was literally about to mention when we started the video, I had the full moon deck, the full moon on the bottom of the deck, on the top of the deck facing up when I finished my TikTok reading. I just split these cards. I didn't even split them evenly, given. The full moon has got a message, bro. I'm just saying, like, sometimes you should listen to these messages because these are really, gosh, that is so silly. We like literally started the video with the moon and now we're ending it with the moon. So that's just your reminder, like, get on top of your rituals. So make your full moon water, get on top of your rituals, charge your crystals. There's gonna be a lot of some secrets being revealed. There's going to be a lot of opportunities revealed. There's going to be a lot of things that you were manifesting, you were working on, and they were it felt like there was a lot of things getting held back or being held back, but it's actually here to just kind of show you its face. There was like this illusion, this facade that we had while we were working on ourselves that, these things weren't going to happen. But that was very illusionary. So the moon is just telling you expect it. Expect the change because it's happening. Like, listen to this card. This card has come out twice, three times. That's funny. So, I'm just saying, if the moon said it on the full moon, I would listen. I love you guys. Again, don't forget to make your full moon water. Bye.